Hello everyone, today I'd like to show you all something truly deplorable. You see, one day, the Beastmen tribes decided that they don't want anything to do with the goddess anymore. And so the evil Archbishop decides to send forth a terrifying monster to make an example out of them. Now, let us witness the carnage together. The Lion King, leader of the Beastmen tribes, decided to have the battle take place on the burning planet of Mustafar. Having watched movies before, he realizes that if he were to take the high ground on a planet such as this, he will be able to send his enemies either plunging into a fiery death, or at the very least split them in half and then burn them and turn them into a Dark Lord the Sith. Realizing this, he secured the high grounds and brought on many evil flying units, including the evil Tibarn, the dishonorable Tibarn, whose sturdy impact had brought on endless amounts of headaches to those who seeks to climb on the Aether raids. And so, for this battle of justice, we must defeat the evil Tibarn and the Lion King, and bring forth the Archbishop's wrath upon them.
Allow me to demonstrate.
Alright, so how do we deal with this? Well, allow me to show you something truly deplorable. The Archbishop's greatest creation!
What now?
Yup.
Yes.
Boom. And that's all we're gonna do. We're just gonna stand here like this. Let me show you something truly deplorable. The evil Tibarn attacks God Byleth! God Byleth takes no damage. A little bit of damage. He did not die. Oh, but now the Lion King claws God Byleth. God Byleth strikes back twice. He heals again. Red Mage. What the hell is that? Oh, that looks awesome. I had never seen that attack tome animation before. Whoop, just a red fox appears. And now, the true evil of God Byleth reveals itself. The fiery breath, which should have killed God Byleth, didn't actually kill him, for he had used his ultimate final technique, Divine Pulse, and returned back to life. Now, he's going to continue standing here like this. Meanwhile, his brain damage inside of his head will go, move backwards one tile for no reason. Well, besides making the, sound. Blue Fafnir decided to use an overwhelming attack. However, that still was not able to bring down God Byleth. Lion King decides to use a powerful attack as well. However, God Byleth survives his evil and replenishes his life once more. Now, we must move out of the range of the evil.
Yes, I suppose.
Evil Tibarn. Yes, I suppose. I know we're gonna go and attack this guy, or we could just leave him alone. It's all the same.
Yes.
Let's just do it. God Byleth strikes out and destroys Blue Fafnir. And now we enter. Meanwhile, the evil Tibarn uses his secret technique only to have the same fate occur. His attacks have no effect on the evil God Byleth himself. His God Byleth continues to tank attacks after attacks after attacks after attacks after attacks, using his mythical power, Divine Pulse. Any attack that should have defeated him comes up to nothing. Genghis Khan, Lion King attacks. His overwhelming claw blocked as he slowly chips his enemies to death. God Byleth! Now we will stand here and watch as God Byleth continues to tank the Beastmen tribes.
I'm no easy mark.
The evil Tibarn continues his aerial assault. only to find similar results, an unending result.
I protect my
The
allies.
bonfire absorbed. Red 13 was not able to do damage to the evil and powerful God Byleth. Such evil. Watch and behold as this continues to happen for an infinite period of time. The Beastman tribes were in a terror, were in a frenzy. They tried to attack as hard as they can. However, their efforts were in vain. Like those veins that run across your arms. They were not able to do any damage to the evil God Byleth. Try as they might, even though they get healed, they could do nothing. God Byleth would just keep hitting them, chipping them slowly to death. And this time,
Let's get started.
Tiburon launches his final attack. But hit as hard as he may, he could do nothing. And the evil Sword of the Creator cleaved into his flesh and took his life. Meanwhile, the Green Fafnir attacks God Byleth, and a similar result happened. Having witnessed this, the Lion King decides to mount one last attack. After receiving a heal, he attacks God Byleth. However, nothing happened. Nothing. And in one last desperation move, he unleashes his final secret ultimate technique. But God Byleth sucked it all up and chopped him up to death. An infinite amount of divine pulse thanks to reconstructing the saint statues. The evil God Byleth was invulnerable, and now he marches forth to destroy the evil Beastman tribe's healer. And so, the Beastman tribe's rebellion was over. The evil God Byleth delivered the judgment of the evil Archbishop. And I don't know how many goddamn times I talked about the evil, the word evil, in this one episode. So how did this all happen? Well, let's see now. It all began one fateful morning when Gordon Freeman and his pal, Furious George, discovered a horrible experiment sponsored by the Church of Seiros.
Yes, I suppose.
God Byleth! Yes, I suppose. So, let us demonstrate the power of God Byleth. Green Fafnir attacks God Byleth, but God Byleth just strikes him down mercilessly. Now let us witness and behold Blue Refrigerator versus God Byleth. Gordon Freeman versus God Byleth. Oh, but Mars! Green Flyer versus God Byleth. He's dying! Sword Cavalier versus God Byleth. Furious George versus God Byleth. And so the evil, horrible God Byleth struck down nearly half their army, or more than half their army. So now, God Byleth will strike down Gordon Freeman, just for funs. And now, here comes the most deplorable part. The Blue Refrigerator will attack God Byleth, and God Byleth will constantly return the strike. Now, what happens if God Byleth would somehow be able to do enough damage to strike down? With Blue Refrigerator do enough damage to strike down God Byleth? This will happen. And as long as I keep ending turn, this cycle will continue. God Byleth will always instantly repair himself and resurrect many times with more strength. And after each defeat, he comes back a stronger man now. As you can see, deplorable stuff keeps happening. Now I'm gonna defeat this blue refrigerator by doing this. Ooh. God Byleth! Whoop. Strike me! Come on! Strike my heart! Ha 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 ha! Ooh! Ooh! Strike my heart! Ha ha ha! Strike my heart! Ooh! Strike my heart! Ooh! Strike my heart! Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha! And so the evil, constantly resurrecting God Byleth strikes down the entire patrol of Gordon Freeman and Furious George, sending them both straight to the Shadow Realm. After the defeat of the Lion King and subsequent imprisonment into a human zoo, Tibarn led a last resistance against the evil forces of the goddess. How will Tibarn fight against the children of the goddess? Let us witness. Alright, so Tibarn's forces are just kind of chilling on the right side because that's what he does. He has a good amount of panic. Actually, quite a lot of panic. Let's see how much. Yeah, level 5, yeah. You know, sometimes I feel like giving my forces visible buff is probably a bad idea. Unless I have somehow more than 60 health. At any rate, things are looking bad for the children of the goddess. They have low stats for which they can be punished for. However, Tibarn's forces have just recently suffered a lot of damage from the evil forces of a lightning trap. But now it seems like he has approached his attack formation, and his heron friends are beginning to herald destruction. Tibarn versus Byleth, who can do nothing against him. Let us listen to the cries of his heron friends as they guide him into battle. This time he thought he could defeat God Byleth. However, God Byleth continues his streak of immortality. Frightened by this, Tibarn made a temporary retreat with the help of Raisin the Sun and his sister. And now Yune and Eureka touching people. Touching Yune. Alright, okay. Alright, so Jenny and Yune. Okay. Ooh. Well, it would appears that Tibarn has murderized the Yune that was just freshly healed. And now he's going to do the same thing to the goddess herself. But it's just temporary brain damage unless you can defeat God Byleth. She will eternally return. And so, Tibarn tries again. Tries as he might. God Byleth remains eternal. Ooh. Run away, come on. And now the sheep allows the chaos goddess to afford. The Eureka heals God Byleth. Not that he needs it. Whoa. And so the second goddess inflict a mortal wound on Tibarn.
No regrets.
And Byleth puts him out of misery. Permanently. And now he's out of his misery. Upon the sight of such evil, Tiburn's remaining forces got on their knees and became God Byleth's sex slave.